Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Rosalie's Kitchen. Well, it's been a while since I've been with you guys. Busy summer. I know you've had one too. But today we're going to make a classic dish. Actually, in my cookbook, Rosalie Serving Best Loved Italian, I do have a wonderful breaded eggplant recipe. But today we're going to add to that and make it eggplant Parmigiana. It's going to be great. And you're really going to love it. Alright, so we're going to put our cookbook back up here. I'm also the author of Rosalie Serving Country, by the way. Anyway, what we have here going is one small onion, and I just put that in there, and that is about a cup of onion. I just put it in my olive oil, and we put in our skillet a 1/4 cup of olive oil. You can see that right here. We put a 1/4 cup in, and we added 2 small cloves of garlic. So I do have some cloves of garlic that I put out. If you have 1 giant clove like this, just put the 1 giant clove in. If you have 2 small, put the 2 small in. So I did put the 2 small in, and you can actually see some of that garlic right in here as it is sauteing. So you want your olive oil and your onion to heat up good and saute good like they are doing. And then what we're going to do to that, now, because we're going to make a good eggplant Parmigiana, we want a great marinara sauce. This is what we're doing right now. We're making the marinara sauce. And if possible, make your own marinara sauce. It's going to be much better than you can get in a jar. Okay, so this is coming along beautifully. Now we're going to add to that a 15-ounce can, and this is your Hunt's sliced, not sliced, but diced tomatoes right here. And we're going to add that right into that. Kind of hear that sizzling a little bit. Give it a stir around here. And then to our marinara, we're going to add our seasonings. So if you happen to have my book, I believe this is on page 160. We'll turn there right quick just to make sure that we got everything in it good. And so, and it is, it's right here on page 160 in the Rosalie Serving Best Loved Italian. Okay, so now we're going to add our seasonings. And that would be, I'm going to point them out to you, 2 teaspoons of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of dried basil, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes, and 1/2 teaspoon of coarse pepper. Now at this time, when you've got a good sizzle and you've got your onions and garlic, is when you want to add all of these spices. You want the spices to cling to the tomatoes. So you don't want to put them at the end so they're all swimming around and they're not attached. But as you can see, they're attached really good. Okay, we're going to let that cook together 5 minutes, and then we'll be back to add the rest. Alright, can't wait to see you guys. It's going to be yummy. Alright, so we're back. You see how our tomatoes have cooked down a little bit? That's been about 5 or 6 minutes here with your onion. Now you're going to add a chicken stock. You're going to add a 1/2 cup of your kitchen basics. And this is really a wonderful chicken stock. Look how golden that is as I pour it. So you want a 1/2 cup in there, and that's going to tame that down a little bit, but it's going to give a lot of flavor to your marinara sauce. Okay? And then we're going to go on now, and we're going to add our 15-ounce can of tomato sauce. Okay? You want that chicken stock to just get in there really good. And now we're going to add this. And we're going to stir that around. This sauce makes up so quickly. It doesn't take long at all, and it's really delicious over anything else that you might want to put it on. Linguine, or maybe a little angel hair, or some zucchini breaded, cauliflower, anything. It's a great base. Okay, the last thing we're going to do here is we're going to add it says 4 to 5 tablespoons of our paste, but we're going to go ahead and just add all of our paste today. It won't hurt anything. And we're going to actually rinse this out with a little water, about a 1/2 cup. And here's your 1/2 cup of water. And just kind of swirl that around to get all that good stuff that's in there. And actually, your marinara sauce is finished. That is how quickly you can make this up. Because now what you're going to do is you're going to just swirl it all in there together. It's going to make a wonderful thick sauce. If it's a little too thick, then add another half a cup of water. So now we're going to put our lid on that, and we're going to go on to the next phase. All right, I will see you in a little while. Okay, so now our marinara sauce is just simmering so beautifully in here. We've got it on very warm so that it won't boil up too much. Now this is your eggplant. We're going to try to use 2 of these. If they're too much for our pan, then you can always use the other half for another serving or another dish. Okay, so what we're going to do here now is we have, I've cut these both like this one, with both of your ends are off. And if you have an old eggplant, well then you may have a thick skin here. You can just stripe it. I don't know how young or old this one is, but I'm going to go ahead and just stripe it like I did this one. So you want to go ahead and do that, and then you're going to cut your slices. And you want about a 1/4 inch slice for your eggplant, so they're nice, not too thick, but not too thin. They're going to hold up really good with your breading. So you want to slice those. You should probably get about 12 out of this particular eggplant, and if you get 2 of those, that's 24, and it will probably be just right for layering and making your casserole. Okay, so now what you want to do with these is you want to put them in a pot, just like so, and you want to salt these down pretty well. Let this just stay in the pot for about 30 minutes. And salt them on both sides. It won't make any difference if you get a little bit too much salt, because you are going to rinse those and pat them dry. Alright, so go ahead and prepare your eggplants, and we'll be back. See you in a minute. Okay, so we're back, and I just wanted you to see that we've let these eggplant slices just rest with the salt on it, so that you can see how it has beat it up. And if there was any strong taste in this particular eggplant, then this will draw it out. So we're just going to rinse this off now, put it in our colander, and proceed. All right, be back. All right, so we're back, and we've got our nice little eggplants. We put them in our colander, rinsed them off really good, rinsed all the salt off, and then just come over here and kind of pat them dry. And now we're going to bread these, and we're going to go ahead and fry them up in this beautiful olive oil. So let's just go ahead and put our olive oil in, and you probably want about a good 1/2 cup to a cup in there, because you want these to be nice and crispy. So what we have here is 3 beaten eggs. Not quite beaten yet, but we will when we go ahead and beat them. In this bowl, and you've got 3 bowls here. In this bowl you've got your flour breading, and that is 1 1/2 cups of flour, a teaspoon of salt, and we did put in a nice hefty tablespoon of Parmesan cheese, just to soften up that flour a little bit. And then in this bowl you've got your actual Italian breading. So we have a cup of our Italian plain breadcrumbs. I should say not Italian, but plain breadcrumbs. You want your nice large clove of chopped garlic again, a tablespoon of chopped parsley, and here is a cup of your Parmesan cheese, together with a teaspoon of salt and a 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. So you just mixed all that in there together, and these are your breadings. And you've got a lot of flavor here, and that's what we want. We want to, if we wanted to just eat these plain, they would just melt in your mouth, even without putting sauce or anything on them. But we're going to bread them up, and we're going to use the flour breading as well, just to give it a nice coating that will seal in your eggplant. Okay, so now what you want to do here is you want to put them in your eggs first. So let's just get that. Maybe you ought to come back a minute till I get this egg right, okay? All right, I'll see you in a second. Okay, people, we're back, and I finally got my eggs the way I wanted them. So just pierce your eggplant just a few places here. You want to put them in your flour first. Maybe we have these bowls a little bit backwards here. You got a little assembly line. So you want to put them in there. Then you want to dip them into your egg batter, okay? And just let the egg just drip off of it, and then into your wonderful Italian breading here. All right, and then just start placing them in right in there. You'll see them sizzle. These will only take about 2 minutes on each side. So then we'll layer them up and we'll bake them. It will just be wonderful. Okay, we'll be back. Okay, folks, I just wanted to show you that I did move these eggplants from the electric skillet over to frying pans, and they worked so much better. They were just getting too burnt. So see how beautiful and golden they should be? And then just put them right over here to your left where you have, or your right where you have your Scott towels. And these are like 2 to 3 minutes on each side. They cook up very fast. They're very tender. All right, we're going to layer them now and make our casserole. See you in a minute. So we're back here, and look at these gorgeous slices of our breaded, hand-breaded eggplant. So this is good just to eat like it is, scattered with your Parmigiana cheese. But we're going to go ahead and make our Parmigiana now. So you want about a half a cup, and maybe a little bit more, of your thick marinara. And you know that we made that earlier. Just spread that around the bottom. I am using a little bit larger pan than a 9 by 13. This is a 10 by 14. So our eggplants made, they actually made 14 slices each, so that's 28 slices. So you may need a little bit bigger pan. Okay, you just want to come over here now and just lift these, set them right into the marinara sauce. And we've washed hands several times, so we're good that way. You just want to go ahead now and put these in 3. You could also do this in your 9 by 13, be a little more crowded, and you might have a little bit extra there to put another layer. So here is your layers. You have 3 in a row, and that is 4, 8, 12. Now you want to use your shredded mozzarella. This is a wonderful cheese, very creamy and good. And you want probably about, I'm going to say about a cup of this right now into this layer here. And spread that around really good. Okay? And it might be a little less than a cup. I have 4 cups here just to play with. Alright, and then you want to sprinkle about, I'm going to say a half a cup to a cup of your Parmesan cheese. And so this is your first layer, and that looks beautiful. And now you're going to come on here again. Look how nice and thick this marinara sauce came out. And now you've got about another cup to put on the top of that. And you don't want to just drench and soak this dish. You just want to lightly put this on because you still want the crunch of your eggplant. So that looks good. Okay, again, we're going to come back with our cheese. And just go ahead and create this yourself. You may want a little bit more or less. And I did, like I said, I have 4 cups of this. So now we're going to go ahead with another one. Alright. And a little bit more of your cheese. Okay, and now we're back ready for another layer. And hopefully we can get all of this on. Okay. These are so tender and so good. This dish is worth every bit of making. So we did come out just exactly right. Almost. Alright, we've got 2 of these left that the kids can eat. We might put one right here just because that other one was a little bit. Alright, now we're going to finish this dish off with our marinara sauce. And this marinara sauce makes 4 cups. This recipe does. So that is about exactly what we want right here. Alright, we've got our marinara. And this smells so good. I just can't wait till you taste this dish. Alright, and now we're going to go ahead with, if you happen to have Rote Provel, which I do in Troy, Missouri, this is what it looks like. This is a delicious cheese. If you have this cheese, then go ahead and use it on your top layer. If you don't, then continue with your shredded mozzarella. It'll still be very delicious. But this cheese is creamy, and it will just, I mean, it will just really top this dish off. You can get this in St. Louis, Missouri, and in some parts of Illinois. Okay, so there you are. And if you want to just add a little bit more of your shredded mozzarella, remember to get a 4-cup package, and that way you will have enough. We're going to bake this uncovered at 350 degrees, and we're going to just put a little bit more of our shredded mozzarella because we do have it on the top here. And you're going to bake this for about 25 minutes. You really don't need, let's top it off with our Parmesan. Oh my goodness, look at this dish, guys. This is amazing. Alright, we will garnish this dish. We will garnish it with our fresh basil. We'll wait till it comes out of the oven. You want to, whoops, sorry about that. We want to bake this uncovered. We're going to put it in a 350 degree oven, and we are going to enjoy this treasure. Look at this. Unbelievably good. Alright, come back when it's done. Well, here's our finished product. How beautiful is this? Oh my goodness, we're going to just put a few leaves of our little chopped fresh basil on there, and that is our eggplant parmigiana. Let's just sprinkle just a little mite of our cracked pepper over the top. Just a little here, and let's cut it. We have got to get into this, guys, and see what we have. Oh my goodness. Now, I don't recommend you doing this for real. We want to put it, let it sit for about 15 minutes, but just look how gorgeous that is. Is that not a picture? And so delicious. Alright, you guys have got a classic tonight. Eggplant Parmigiana, Rosalie's Eggplant Parmigiana. And I'm ready to go to the Muni with my little grandson after I eat this bowl all up. Alright, see you another time. Go to my site, www.rosalieserving.com.